Alright, team, welcome to Yap number 3. Today we're going to talk about what are the weirdest things you've done to help your health and fitness, whether they worked or not. We also have got Genti on today as well.
Thank you.
New to the podcast. Yeah.
Pleasure to be here.
Good talker, so I'm going to talk less again.
Yeah.
Yes, we put the question out on the Instagrams and the socials to you guys to get some ideas of what you guys might have done, and then we've also got a list of things that the coaches have also done in their time, and then we're just going to go free for all in Google. Yeah. So we have some notes. That's why everyone's got their phones out with some notes on. So we're not checking socials.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's kick it off. We've got first one on the list is wore ankle weights at high school so I could jump higher.
And this is funny because some of these we discussed before pressing record. You said you did that?
Yeah, I think that there was a stage, probably maybe like 10 to 15 years ago, where it was massive in the cheer world to wear ankle weights because we did a lot of jumping and tumbling. It made like your hip flexors and your abs work a lot harder, so that when you took the ankle weights off, all the movements felt easier.
Yeah.
I don't know what scientific reasoning there is behind it, but we did it.
Well, this is funny because I also had ankle weights because I had hospitality. It has a hospitality job, and I wore them under my pants, and I am confident they're in the studio right now. Like they're in the studio upstairs at the gym.
There.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, how nostalgic.
So you just wore them like to walk around in?
Yeah, because if only I had a step counter back then, like doing events and stuff, I would have stepped heaps. So I was like, well, if I put ankle weights on, my body's going to work harder and get stronger.
So do we think...
And now they're in a box.
Do we think that it's valid or benefits from it? Was there any benefits from it?
Honestly, I obviously can't speak scientifically on this because I don't have any data to base it off on,
No
but
studies.
like placebo-wise or not, I don't know what it was, but I do think it has some merit because you are overloading a movement.
Yeah.
So it's like, no matter what it is, whether it is ankle weights and they weigh, 1 to 3 kilos each.
Or a weight vest.
Yeah, you're still overloading, so I feel like there would be some merit
Yeah.
in that.
That's where I was going to go.
Yeah.
It's like putting weight on the barbell. You add weight to overload and get stronger. So you're adding weight to your body to help improve something. Whether it helped jumping, I don't know.
Strongest waitress in the world.
I carried those plates around so fast.
Slow but strong.
Let me give this one some merit.
Yeah.
I reckon there's some theory behind it.
Definitely see more weight vests these days, though, around the streets anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, like, just quickly going on a tangent.
Side quest.
A little side quest. You mentioned the step counters and not having a step counter back in the day.
Yeah.
I remember my first ever pedometer. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah. Just to go on your pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember the first one I ever got was from a cereal box. It was a Kellogg's cereal box, and it had a tiny little green pedometer because they were like
Special
promoting. Maybe, I don't know. But I remember them promoting walking heaps back in the day, and I remember like walking around with it at school, like counting my steps.
How many steps did you do at school?
I couldn't
No
tell you.
numbers.
No,
You can't remember.
couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
But I got like overly obsessed with it.
Yeah,
which is probably not a good thing, but it happened.
Didn't
That
get
was
enough,
before-
you just shake it. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah,
that's
that's
number
what
100.
people used to do. But that's before its true time, isn't it? Now with all the gadgets these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insane.
Okay.
All right, next on our list. I like this one. Glad wrap torso before walks to help lose belly fat.
Like Rocky.
So
He did
funny.
something like that, didn't he, in that movie?
Did he?
Or did he just wear his tracksuit pants? Oh, this is showing the fact that I haven't...
Boxers would wear
Joggers and stuff.
bin bags to
Oh,
help
that's it.
sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
to-
for like
to get
weight
the
cuts
weight
and
cuts.
stuff. Yeah.
So
Similar idea
Not-
with a more targeted, desired outcome, I would assume.
probably different idea around it though.
Yeah.
You actually looking to lose water weight by doing that, and that works. As opposed to this, which is like, I want to target to lose belly fat in particular.
Yeah.
It could be quads, calves, whatever. But
I think like the big thing with that particular era is that there wasn't enough education on like spot fat reduction and that kind of stuff. So I think for a lot of people, they would have like seen how much sweat got stuck underneath the Glad wrap and then been like, that's belly fat burning.
Melting away.
Yeah, so I feel like I wonder if that was something that they experienced and then went, oh, this is working, I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah. And in my mind, I also think I can even see the scene of a movie where they wrap themselves in Glad wrap, but then
That wasn't the money you lapped in as well down the plane?
No, I don't think so. I'm sure there's a movie. It might
if
be
anyone
like
knows this
Dodgeball or
movie,
something.
can you please actually comment and let us know what it is?
They like wrap themselves in Glad wrap, but then put the TV on and start eating chocolate or something. Seriously, that is in a movie.
Balancing the system.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm going to get back to, this comes back to one of my personal ones, and maybe Ali as well, with the same sort of idea around it, but from the research, probably not too much to it, I would say. Disagree with me?
Yeah, no, I'd agree because there's no science on like spot reduction for fat, so I don't think,
Yeah. Things that's going on, like you increase body temperature to the area, which,
I think
you can argue it makes you work harder, but
yeah, I think you're right in the sense that it made like sweat gets trapped there, so it just makes you feel like it's working, kind of thing. So maybe it's just taking advantage of that.
For the same reason that like a bodybuilder does all of their zone 2 cardio in like trackies and a hoodie over their head. That extra feeling of sweating things off, like probably helps them feel like they're doing a bit more.
Yeah.
or just getting dehydrated.
That too.
Electrolytes.
So let's put a cross next to this one instead of a tick or a question mark, let's say. This one took me a while to work out when it came in, but power balance bracelets. So there was these there's bracelets which had holograms on them that made you balance better. I remember it, but I did not have one.
Yeah, I have a memory of like my brother having one of these. Like again, this is a very long time ago, and it was just massive back in the day because, like with the whole, the Armstrong, like was it Live Strong? How like that whole thing came out. Yeah. So I remember Live Strong had one of those bands, and obviously because that brand was so big at the time, everyone was like flocking straight to it because there's this new thing, new technology that helps you balance better and assist with your coordination. And it was just this massive thing, but it was literally like a rubber band with two little like holographic things on either side of it. They kind of just sit. It's like it was like picture, or at least the one that I can picture is a kind of like a hexagon shape, and it was on the top and the bottom of the band.
And it puts pressure on, right?
And it was
no,
like
it's just
no, it was
image,
just literally just a photo.
Yes.
No,
I'm thinking of the
science
travel
behind
stick
it.
band. That put
Travel
pressure
stick band
on.
different. That puts pressure.
That puts
They work.
pressure.
They work, people. Used them for years. They work.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
This is just a loose,
Literally
rubber
a loose
band.
rubber band, and everyone was completely convinced that it worked.
Yeah.
This could have been like the start
Until that
of
guy went and balanced up on a cliff with one of these bands, and
this could be the start of a lot of these sort of fads of like, I want a quick fix to get better in my fitness or health.
Gimmicky stuff.
And just by putting a hologram on your body, really?
I don't know. I wonder if there's anyone who still wears them or doesn't have one anymore, but goes, yeah, man, that worked when I used it.
Yeah.
Like, is that like? We'll never know.
We'll have to get hold of one.
Yeah.
Have someone balance on one leg, try and push them over. Fell over, cool. Work, doesn't work. Put it on, push them over. Do they fall over? Science.
Very scientific.
Science, yeah.
If you have one at home,
I know, I was gonna
bring one
say.
into the gym. We want to try it out.
I would love
Bring it
if
in.
someone commented like, "Oh, bring it in on Tuesday" or
Heck
something.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
That would be, if it works, I'm going to be like, mind blown.
Yeah. Let's bring them back.
And start branding them Soul Rebel. Sell some more, get them back.
Everyone's gonna wear one on each limb.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go across on this one without any more education around it, but I don't see it working personally.
Well, I have a feeling I've not noticed. The member who sent that through, I don't think I've noticed they're still wearing one, so...
Yeah.
We'll have
Valid.
to ask.
Valid.
The other one we had from members was a coffee nap. So I think the idea is you're in the middle of the day, you feel like you need a nap, but you've also got stuff to do afterwards. So you have a coffee, go have a nap for 20 minutes. The coffee helps to wake you up and feeling refreshed and back to it straight away without feeling dozy.
Yeah, I'm all for that. I do this, I'd probably say like 2 to 3 times a week. Again, I don't know how much like scientific evidence there is behind it, but it does make sense and it does make me feel significantly better. I set my timer on my phone for 27 minutes. Exactly. So that just in case there is like a bit of a buffer time for how long it takes me to fall asleep.
Yeah.
But I will have my coffee, set my alarm for 27 minutes, go to sleep, have my little nap, and then when I wake up, I almost feel like I wake up not panicked, but like wake up like
Just a heart rate right up.
But I wake up really alert. I feel like when my eyes open, they open, and I'm like, okay, I need to get up and do something now. Like, it's not like I've woken up in the middle of a sleep cycle.
And you're
I'm,
feeling
like, tired.
refreshed.
Yeah.
It's refreshed and just focused.
Yeah, I feel super... Yeah, focus
Yeah.
is a good word to use for that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you got to time it really well, though, because if you do tend to have an accidental nap that's too long...
Accidental.
Yeah.
It happens.
It will tip you over a little bit too far. Yeah.
That's really cool because it's cool that you do it because obviously, you know, we've got limited experience with what we've listed so far, but I've listened to a podcast and I'll have to find it so I can share it, but it was with Diary of a CEO with a sleep scientist or specialist, and she talked about the timing of like naps and coffee and how you can make it this magical thing, and here's the real life evidence.
Yeah. I'd love to know
That's
who
it.
actually sent that through, because we can have a chat about it.
Yeah.
I like it. I'd put a tick next to that, personally.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm not personally a napper, so...
And I don't drink
tried
coffee.
it. Yeah, so, sorry.
God, I feel sorry for both of you.
If you could have one or the other, though, if you could have a coffee or a nap, what would you have? If you couldn't have them together.
I think I'd have the nap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have the nap.
Yeah.
That's it.
Coffee.
Yeah.
You can get caffeine from so many different
Yeah.
places.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Try it.
can't nap from different places. I mean, you can.
You can.
On
It's probably
different
frowned upon.
places.
Yeah. That's it. You got to train.
Alright, let's dig into some from the coaches now. We'll start one of mine. So, a good few years ago, probably through 2019, 2020, I moved from sleeping in a bed, comfy mattress,
This is a wee one.
a wee.
This is you and me.
I wanted to do it a lot before, but then Ali wasn't. Well, then I put it to Ali and she said yes straight away. But we slept on the floor,
For how long?
hard floor.
Sometime.
a decent while.
It was.
Yeah. So yeah,
Sold our bed during lockdowns and
we
made
pushed
do.
the bed to one side. We got out some yoga mats and some blankets to make a little bit of squish.
It was more about the
and
cold.
the coldness
Yeah,
as
because
well.
it was very cold on the floor.
First night was very cold, and then we adjusted.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we slept on the floor.
Yeah.
And the reasons, I'll give you the reasons, it's not just what. Why
Yeah, I was like, just for funsies.
That's it.
So the idea is that we, as a caveman, prehistoric human being, did not have a squishy surface to sleep on, like a mattress. And mattresses are getting squishier and squishier and squishier. And when you get into bed, you're like so comfortable, you just like lay there in the same position for X amount of time while you're sleeping, call it 8 hours. So you staying in that same position all night long is not good for you, just like sitting at a desk all day on a computer is not good for you, or standing in the same place all day is not good for you. So by being on a harder surface, you actually move through the night naturally, because if you sleep on one side, you're like, "Fuck, that hurts, I'm going to go to the other side," and then bed and back, and then on the bed, like, you just move you around. So you keep that constant movement.
Would that make your sleep more restless, because you might be kind of like micro waking up during the night?
Yes and no.
You get used to it.
Yeah, you definitely get used to it. Those first few nights were hell.
Yeah. I didn't mind.
Did
Straight
not
off
like
the bat,
it.
I was like,
Not
back
like,
then
oh,
I
I'm gonna go
could
back to
sleep
bed.
bent over a cactus. Like, I could sleep on anything.
But it's surprised how quickly I adapted to it. But yes, I find I wake up more through the night. I've never been a good sleeper anyway. This is what part of the experiment. So I find I didn't probably sleep as long, but I slept deeper when I was sleeping.
Yeah, so like better quality.
Better quality overall, yeah. Especially
Whereas,
if like the Whoop was telling me I was sleeping a lot better in that time.
I found for me that I didn't noticeably wake up more, but I did move more, like I was in different positions and stuff. So yeah, I didn't think that impacted me quite as much, and I was like, not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed, like, I've got a pretty soft bed myself, and I noticed that, like, whenever I go travelling and I sleep in another bed that's significantly harder, I've actually been getting better sleep when I go away than in my own bed.
Did
So,
your bed get
I know,
you?
so I need to
Get on the
actually,
floor.
I need to have a
Get on the
firmer
floor.
bed. So I'm going to mattress shop pretty soon, I think.
Well, you know what we do now? We got, I think it's the sleeping duck bed frame, because it's not slats, it's a board with holes in it, and then we put a Japanese futon on top of that, which is just like really thin. So that's
It's like halfway in between solid floor and mattress, but you got some squish.
and it just feels like still a bedroom.
Yeah,
Instead
that's
of
fair.
You're not
having
on the floor.
blankets on the floor.
Yeah, that's so valid.
Yeah, like the idea is like I got this off my mentor at the time. He did it himself to help his bad back, because if you're not stuck in the same spot all the time, you're moving better, so you're not seizing muscles up.
Well, it's for the same reason as well why, like, as nurses, we move patients every 2 hours because you need to actually get blood circulation happening. You obviously reduce the risk of having, like, pressure injuries and stuff. Like, that's important not just for people who are patients in a hospital, but if you're sleeping in the same position for 8 hours, you're probably not actually going to wake up feeling that great.
That's a good, like, that's a good point.
Bit of correlation there.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, I knew there was a word missing.
So I reckon we've done this for at least 6 years, and we'll continue. I won't go back to a mattress. I think we were away this weekend, and I didn't sleep that great on a mattress, to be honest.
You were on the top bunk though.
It was a bunk bed, yeah.
I can just see half of his legs hanging out the side of
Yes, a single bed mattress.
Plus,
Top bunk.
bring it back to the naps. Like, if you can sleep on the floor, you can sleep anywhere.
There's actually been some really good studies that have come out recently about nap positions. And if you lay on the floor, it's just been chuckling. If you lay on the floor with your knees or like your legs up on a bed or a sofa or something so that your knees are...
90-90?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
If you nap in that position, it is meant to be like the best nap that you can possibly get.
Really?
Yeah. So
you're on your back?
You're on your back on the floor, and then like that 90-90 between the hips and the knees.
Because I almost want to be more tucked up, like fetal position when I nap.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try that when I nap next in 6 months.
Yeah, I was going to say never.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Let's go from one of you girls. Who you got?
Me?
Yeah, you can go.
Me. So this is something that I kind of had a thought on I think it was like the start of the year, and it is inspired by two different things. I'll tell you what it's inspired by first before I tell you what it is.
Okay.
The first one, Isla, she's like super into imaginary play and all that kind of stuff, so you kind of have to pretend a lot and imagine a lot. And the other inspiration it came from was, Jessamy does the podcast. I actually don't know if she still does it.
I think she does.
She does? But there was one episode where I remember she said something like, just pretending for a moment that everyone loved and appreciated yourself so that you don't have this constant thought of worrying about what other people think. And I took like those two things and was almost like, you know how you're running around and you're often like, I'm not drinking enough water, I'm not eating enough protein, I'm not moving enough. You've got a list of things that you feel you're not doing enough each day. You don't always think that every day, but sometimes it compiles, right? And I just had this slight moment where I was like, just pretend I'm doing enough for just a moment. And I literally did that, and my shoulders, everything, I was like, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters right now.
Great.
I feel amazing. It was so good.
So convince yourself and lie to yourself.
You're gaslighting yourself, basically.
Yes. So this is where I was thinking about this podcast as well. I was like, you obviously can't not be trying to do all the things that you want in order to have the life that you want, and then just tell yourself you're doing great. But just if you're having those moments where you're like, I'm actually doing well right now. Like, I'm doing enough right now. Sure, I didn't drink enough water, but I slept 9 hours last night. Or, you know, you kind of have a bit of a trade-off with yourself. But just allowing yourself a moment to be like, everything is enough. Like, stop trying to claw yourself up out of this imaginary hole you've kind of created. And I'm telling you, when you need it, it's very beneficial.
Yeah, no, I like that. It's nice sometimes to, like, because you're usually quite negative towards yourself. Like, I'd say most people are probably quite negative towards themselves, and they don't, like, they pick apart the things that they haven't done and aren't able to do today, for example.
Yeah.
But, like, if you just take a moment to actually be like, no, there's this one thing that I did and I accomplished that one thing.
Yeah.
And, like, if today I only accomplished that one thing, I've accomplished it.
Yeah.
And I can do something different tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't always have to be
Everything
an
is
upwards
perfect and
trajectory.
everything's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, it's like, and just build on it. And I think just saying that to yourself just takes the pressure off, and then, you know, because you got to do all these things most days. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Take it. What's yours?
Have you got one?
I can't say that I do really any, like, weird things.
Yeah.
I feel like it's all pretty standard stuff, but...
That's what people say before they're about to drop a
No.
But wait for it.
It's pretty basic stuff. I think, like, for myself, like, a lot of it is, like, nutrition and sleep, because, like, as someone who's, like, working and studying and training and doing all the things, I'm like, if I don't have my sleep and nutrition dialed in, like, I just can't focus for long enough to be able to, like, sit down and study for 3 hours, for example. So, like, I always make sure that with my sleep stuff, I've bought, for example, like, cooling bed sheets, because I tend to run quite warm when I sleep. Wearing, like, eye masks when I sleep, because I don't have any, like, blackout blinds in my room, so when sun rises, like, it does tend to get a little bit lighter, and then that automatically wakes me up because I'm a really light sleeper.
Yeah.
And I think that
You need to get blackout blinds before you start shift work.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time. So it's just, like, things like that where you try to do things to make your sleep, like, or adjust your sleep as much as you can to suit, you know, yourself. But as a light sleeper, I know that I really struggle with actually getting good quality sleep. So having, like, good sleep hygiene routine, like going to bed at the same time every night, like, that kind of stuff makes a really big difference. I know it's not, like, miraculous information to hear, but I think sleep time is really important.
I think this is the hardest part, though. Often the stuff that works the best is the stuff that everybody knows but struggles with the most.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you're telling me I
everyone's
can't
whipping
just
out
slam melatonin and go to sleep? It's like, no, I've not used melatonin in, like, 4 years, I reckon.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, it gives me weird dreams, first of all. But I think, something as simple as, like, I need to make sure that I'm in bed at the absolute latest 10:30 p.m. And then I'm like, cool, I know that my body is going to get to 10:30 p.m. and it's going to be like, time to sleep now.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're someone who chops and changes and goes, like, 9 p.m., 12 a.m., and, like, just, like, has these random sporadic sleep times, your body's not going to get used to that.
Yeah.
Bit harder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Loves routine.
Yeah, routine's massive. Yeah.
Cool. I'll piggyback off the sleep. Mouth taping.
Yep.
I don't know if this came before the sleeping on the floor or after.
I don't know, but my gosh, it was so funny
Weird.
talking to members and being like, if a kidnapper jumped through the window, all they'd have to do is roll us up and put us in the bed. Because we're, like, sleeping on yoga mats, mouth taped. They just roll us up.
You just need the eye mask as well.
Damn.
We were gone. With some sort of noise cancelling headphones.
Yeah.
Just wake up in another part of the world. So I tape my mouth to sleep, and I still do, and Ali still does, to encourage nasal breathing while I sleep. I'm a massive mouth breather, and used to wake up every morning just like with
Dry mouth.
just gunk everywhere in my mouth. It'd be like horrible, which is a big sign that you're a mouth breather. Yeah, so by taping your mouth shut, it forces you to breathe in and out through your nose. It calms your nervous system better. I get deeper sleep from it. I get better recovery just because I'm sleeping better. It works. Yeah.
What kind of tape do you guys use?
M3
Nice. Yeah.
micropore tape.
Okay.
So it's sticky, but it's not like ripping off a Band-Aid.
Yeah, okay.
It takes a little while to get used to.
Yeah.
That's probably what stopped me initially. It's like, I'm going to suffocate in the middle of the night because I cannot breathe from my nose.
Do you have any gap at all, or is it like corner of the mouth to the corner of the mouth completely covered?
I think we're
Tape
slightly
save,
different.
half the mouth.
Yeah.
They
Make it all last longer.
Yeah, I do. I don't go all the way across
Okay.
because a little bit of stubble doesn't help.
Yeah.
But I do across the middle.
Yeah.
Just
So
tear
Ali
it
has
off
to
and
make
stick
sure
it
that
on.
she shaves her beard every time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like daily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Half the members are like, Ali has a beard.
Ali has Greek genes. She may have a beard one day.
It's coming, guys. But the reason I tape half my mouth is because I do have like a really crooked nose. Some people would be like, it's not that bad. Ben would be like, mate, it's crooked. So it is hard to breathe in and out of my nose, and I grew up as a mouth breather, so like, you know, the structure and stuff isn't like optimal, and I think a lot of people could probably relate to that. But I'm often congested at night, so I'll sleep with half, and then that way I can do my breathing to help unblock my nose.
Yeah.
And then if it gets too much, I can at least then just exhale and then get my breathing back and stuff. That's more just to fall asleep. Once I'm asleep, I'm not congested and it's fine. But I do know that a lot of members do talk about, like, I know, you know, with particularly nasal breathing workouts and stuff, and they talk about deviated septums. It's really hard to breathe, la-di-da. Unless you have a physical blockage though, or you're sick, it's still possible. Because growing up, I remember thinking, going back to kidnapping, this is so weird, but I remember thinking, if I was ever kidnapped, like as a kid, and someone duct taped my mouth, I would for sure die because I could not breathe through my nose. But then learning more about functions in the nose and like oxygen advantage and stuff like that, I can clear my nose if it's blocked, and then I can breathe through my nose with my mouth shut, no problem. So it's definitely possible. You just need to know like some tools on how to do it.
I mean, like, piggybacking off that piggyback, there's a lot of, obviously with, you know, fitness and triathlons and marathons and high rocks becoming massive lately, there's a lot more people also wearing nose tapes or some sort of magnet to open up nasal cavities.
Yeah.
What are your opinions or experiences with that?
You don't?
I've never tried it.
Yeah.
I think, actually, I might have tried it once or twice and be like, I don't see a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you got big old nostrils.
Thank you.
For breathing,
Backhanded
it is a compliment. But like, you know, for me, if you need to do a test yourself at home, like just look in the mirror when you breathe in, like my left nostril goes in.
Collapses.
It collapses. And I've been to a dentist before who was like, that's why you're clenching so bad, because any sort of resistance in your nostrils, your jaw is trying to reposition to help open your airways. Right. So I was like, God damn it. And I cried when this woman told me, because I was like, my 2-year-old sleeps so well. Why am I exhausted?
Yeah.
So I've tried the, what are they called? Like, I don't know.
Nasal strips.
Nasal strips that go over your nose. And I still have them if I need them. I know a few members would know that one time a few months ago I took one off and it like took my nose with it.
Oh, I remember.
Do you remember that?
You had a massive like scar on you, like a little like red scab on your nose.
Yeah, it was so brutal. And I've tried the internal ones. I've currently got one that goes in my nose and pulls out, and I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
So I use that over tape because it's also like you can wash it and it's reusable, and not chucking it in the bin every morning, which feels a bit funny. But so this one's pretty good.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Okay. Have you
Anything to help you breathe through the nose.
No?
I haven't. I think I actually have the
You
opposite.
got big
problem.
nostrils too?
I have the opposite problem where my tonsils are humongous to the point where my tonsils are touching even when I'm just sitting down.
Yeah.
And so I actually prefer to nasal breathe because air through my throat it feels like there's something in the way.
Never heard of this before.
Yeah.
Me neither.
So it's
We're all
really
learning.
it's really interesting. Like I went to.
Did you used to get tonsil issues, or is no just the
So they've always been inflamed. They never get infected. So growing up, I've never like had to get them removed or anything like that. But having a chat to my dentist, which I'm due to go tomorrow,
At 2:30.
but at 2:30. But I had a chat to my dentist who asked me about like whether or not I have snoring issues or anything like that, and I was like, well, I sleep alone, so I don't unless I record myself.
Next
I'm
minute,
not gonna-
Rita 3 doors down is just like, for God's sake.
I should leave my phone, like call somebody and just leave my phone there. But apparently he's like, when I'm sitting back on the dentist chair, he was like, your throat is completely obstructed, like because your tonsils when you lie back just spread out completely.
Yeah.
And so he was like, you probably might not realize that you're gonna struggle breathing, like stuff like that, whatever. And I was like, does that mean, I'm like, if I got my tonsils removed, I'm like, would it help me be a better athlete? And he goes, you might be able to uptake more oxygen. And I was like, I'm like, guys, I'll get my tonsils removed.
2026 is bad.
Yeah, this is a new
Removing
trend.
tonsils.
We're removing tonsils to make sure that we can breathe better.
Yeah.
No, but funnily, I have the opposite problem to you guys where I tend to only nasal breathe most of the time.
Yeah.
But then I will struggle in a workout more so because I try to take in more oxygen and it just feels just as efficient to breathe through my nose as it does my mouth. So, I don't know.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. It's nice to be forced to do
Yeah.
the right thing.
Alright, I've got another weird one, piggybacking off the cling film glad wrap.
I thought you were starting to talk about it back then,
so there was a period, again from my Strong Fit mentorship, that all the mentees started to wear wetsuits to train in, or bottom half wetsuits or top half wetsuits. If you're doing a leg day, you wear wetsuit pants. If you're doing arms day or upper body day, you wear wetsuit top. Not for CrossFit workouts. This is for strength.
for strength
You would
workouts.
For the people
dehydrate
who
very
are
quickly.
watching the video right now, my face.
Yeah. I was gonna say, just like your expression didn't change, and then your eyes twitched a little.
So why? Not just because it was uncomfortable, but there's something to be said about the compression and the proprioception of being compressed on a muscle group to help it function better. So if you compressed your legs and you wanted your specifically glutes to fire up more, putting some proprioception on them, wetsuit will help you find them better. Also creates heat, obviously. So it's just going to help you to activate.
And isn't that like not just the muscle, but it gets your nervous system fired up for the task as well, right? Because it's stressful.
Yeah, the stress is
Stressful.
Putting on a wetsuit is
Hot,
stressful.
Yeah. Usually you put on a wetsuit, you jump into the ocean,
especially middle of
into
summer.
the cold. Yeah, but this made you hot and like fight
It
mode.
brought the fight to the muscle,
Yeah.
those muscle groups
Yeah.
in particular.
I wonder if this is similar at all, because you see a lot of like CrossFit Games athletes and stuff using like kind of like a TENS machine situation, like the Compex and all that kind of stuff, where they place it on like their quads and they do like Bulgarian split squats for accessories. Is that a similar idea to stimulate kind of like...
Potentially. Yeah, I've seen, what was it? Annie Forster would do Tabata air squats with like wraps around the top of her thighs.
Oh, yeah.
Just to, like, what is it?
Like
Voodoo-
flossing bands?
Voodoo wraps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can't remember what they called it. But it was,
Like
creating...
restriction something, isn't
restricting
it?
blood flow. Probably not quite the same as the TENS machine, but I suppose the idea is the same, is that you're creating stress in the muscle group, create more awareness around that muscle group to help it function better.
Because I think for a lot of
Overload it.
people that use stuff like that is so that they can like get the stimulus without doing all of the junk volume that might be associated with it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you might be able to get the same outcome, and this is completely me making it up, by the way. You might get the same outcome by doing 3 sets of 10 Bulgarians on each leg as somebody who might be doing 6 sets of 12 if you were using that device.
Yeah, I think that's the idea
yeah.
behind it. I don't know much of that research with that in particular, but I know there was some research from my mentor at the time, was very knowledgeable and researched everything and put maps together, jigsaws together that no one really knew. And he came up with this idea, and I didn't notice huge differences, which is why I'm probably not doing it right now.
I think it was more like the discomfort versus the reward wasn't big, like it wasn't.
Yeah,
you know,
worth
like
doing.
you're like, I'm so uncomfortable, I'm so sweaty, it's so hard to get a wetsuit on that you're almost like, okay, well,
Yeah, it's like
you're training
time
mostly in
over
class
effort,
now as
probably
well.
not.
Yeah.
the looks you get.
We
Were
did
you
have
guys-
a member start doing it in
Yeah.
class too, though.
Were
Yeah,
you
it was all
guys
over
like
the
training
wetsuits.
in like a Globo gym or like?
No,
No,
here.
it was just
It was here.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, imagine.
Because that would have been way funnier.
It would.
Hi guys.
There was a lot of mentors I was on there with, mentees, who did train at Globo gyms, and they'd just be like, I can't put this on in the lower gym, how am I going to do this? Like, just suck it up and just do it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Just put it on.
okay.
Yep.
Just
Everyone-
swish into that room.
Yep. Everyone who's looking at you thinking you're weird is missing out.
And I'm pretty sure if I went back to my mentor Julian and said, now are you still doing it? I'd say he probably still is doing it.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe even Rich might probably do it as well.
Yeah.
But they've obviously found something in it, and I just maybe didn't experiment far enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, not doing it now.
No.
We
That's
still
fair.
have the wetsuits.
That's
They
fair.
stink.
I'm gonna add one more in there.
Mm-hmm.
Again, something I'm not really particularly well, versed in, but red light therapy for muscle recovery.
Mm-hmm.
What are your opinions? Do you have opinions?
I don't know much about
As in you do
muscle
it? You're doing it?
recovery.
No, I
Oh,
don't
no?
do it. No,
Ah.
I'm just like, I've seen it around
Yeah.
heaps,
Yeah.
and a lot of people just standing there shining red lights on them, and I'm like,
There's,
what's the data
I
there?
think there's a fair bit of theory behind it and data, but I don't know what that is, so
Mm.
I can't talk too much on it.
Yeah, I definitely don't know enough.
The only way I've used red light is to wind down at night,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just to get away from the is it blue light that's bad for you?
Yeah.
Or keeps you like stimulated. So we do have a red light at home, which we put on. Used to, we haven't done recently.
It's because it's in the
It's
other
the
room
room,
now.
yeah, we changed the house setup. But yeah, we used to put the red light on at night after a
Yeah.
certain time, just to take blue light out of play for us. And
Yeah.
that, I think I noticed a difference on that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
like
a
you're
lot
not
of
as
people use
alert
that.
going
Yeah.
to bed kind of thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people definitely do that, and
Yeah.
screen time and all that
Yeah,
sort of stuff.
I think like getting away from
Actually.
your phone's lights is probably like
The
the
biggest
number
thing.
one
There's
step
one.
for everyone.
Yeah.
Red light on the phone, you can just put a red
Oh,
hue
yeah.
on the phone.
Oh,
Does that
yeah.
show red there? There's a bit of red there.
Yeah.
You can put a red hue on the phone to take some of that blue
Yeah.
light away at night as well.
I think sometimes the context of it's important because I remember hearing someone talk about, all these different things you can do that are kind of the extremes, which, I would say they're more like cherry on top versus like you talking about your sleep hygiene and like
Yeah.
nutrition and training and movement, like getting all those basics underway before you, like just say you're not competent at those yet, don't worry about changing all your lights to red light.
I think
Like do it as a stepping stone, yes.
100%. I
Yeah.
think like the bare minimum for everyone needs to be like sleep, nutrition,
Yeah.
like, the absolute basics, which I know that we all want quick fixes in life. Like, even myself, I'm like, I would love a quick fix, but unfortunately,
Absolutely.
like, even if you do get a quick fix, you're probably going to revert back to what you were doing previously because it's not a habit that you can
Not change.
maintain.
Yes, yes.
So it's like
You can't layer a red light on top of poor nutrition and going to bed at 12 a.m, waking up at 4.
Exactly. Yeah.
It might have, I think the benefit wouldn't be enough to outweigh those things.
Yeah.
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 Getting back to your red light for muscle recovery, might be something to do with wavelength.
Okay.
I'm thinking about it. So light has different wavelengths and probably penetrates the skin deeper or the muscles deeper in some way. So I think that's something to do with it. Again,
Okay.
no idea.
I feel like we should find out more and maybe go on an excursion.
Yeah. I'm down.
Switch all the lights up here to
Yeah.
I
red
know,
light.
imagine. The
Recovery
next
started,
time
team.
members come in, they're like, what?
We're like,
Can't
we
see my
go
bag.
from the recovery room. Just red lights.
Did you guys have anything else on your list?
So many of my
Lots of
things
things
crossed
to-
over with yours.
Yeah.
Ice baths? I feel like ice baths are another...
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I forgot. I wanted to add that to the social events list for this year. That we
Oh,
need
yeah?
to do the breathing and ice
Breathing
bath
ice bath.
workshop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys have heaps of experience
Watch out.
with breathing and ice baths.
But you know what's funny? He does cold showers often. I don't, but I cope with the ice
I
bath
do
better.
not cope with the cold
I
shower.
could-
Cold water.
Yeah.
Ice bath is.
That's so funny because I can be in the ice bath, I can put my head under, like it's uncomfortable, but
Yeah.
I don't want to do a daily cold shower.
Yeah.
But you do.
So, my last one. This is about it. Cold showers. I've recently got back to having a cold shower again because I felt like I was just snotty and just felt under the weather with having a toddler all the time, and it
don't
just
know,
wasn't
she's-
clearing up.
She's pretty healthy a lot of the time.
And there was a period where there was a snotty
But
nose
she
for a while,
was
and I was like, cold showers are supposed to help your immune system. Well, cold baths, cold showers, ice bath,
Exposure, outside, whatever.
is supposed to help your immune system. So I was like, I'm going to start doing cold showers again because I did them a long time, again, a few years ago, and then it gets cold and you're like, I'm not doing a cold shower when it's cold. But if you just have a minute at the end of your shower, it works. Yeah, I felt better. I sleep better again. I've done it for probably a month now again, and it's definitely my sleep results
And you're
have gone
typically
up.
training in the morning
Yeah,
too, and then your cold shower is
at night
the other
before
end of
bed.
the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can use cold showers to wake yourself up.
Mm.
I use it to help myself
I'm
calm down. Yeah. And you did cold showers for a long time.
Yeah, but now I
Years ago.
only use hot water,
Yeah.
so I feel like it's gone too far
Yeah.
the other way.
No
She's like,
cold
I
water.
want
I-
to burn
Tap
my
on.
skin
I
off.
singe. Like, I don't touch the cold tap.
so
so
funny.
yeah, I should.
There's a few of my friends that swear by dunking their faces in ice cold water, especially when they're like a lot of shift workers
Uh-huh.
who experience some like significant fatigue levels where like they can't even keep their eyes open. They'll dunk their faces in like a bucket of ice water for like 20 to 30 seconds.
Like
and
at home?
Yeah.
Or like during the
Yeah.
shift
Yeah.
or
No, like
Just
when you get
wherever.
home. Yeah, like whenever
Yeah.
you feel like you're
wherever
in
they
that
need to
slump.
charge up.
Yeah.
There's some nerves, I think, under here somewhere, that if you get that cold and icy cold,
Yeah.
that it works.
It
It's the same as
literally-
like getting a bath.
Yeah, apparently it literally feels like just getting punched in the face.
So if you have your coffee, nap, wake up, dunk your face.
Oh, that's the recipe. If you didn't take anything from this podcast, it is that exact order of things you need
Yeah,
to do.
can you imagine that? You would just like get shit done. That's so cool. I'm gonna start drinking coffee. Amazing.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Well, do you want to run through those?
Very quickly.
I think
Okay.
it
Yeah.
might be cool to
It would
run
just be
through.
fun,
Just
yeah.
like a brief little.
Ali had a Google earlier.
Yeah, I had a bit
What
of a
AI
Google, and it just kind of went health fads over the past century. So I'll read.
Let's go through and go yay, nay.
Yeah,
Okay,
we'll
I
make
like
it
that.
make it
Yay,
kind of
nay,
big.
and maybe.
Yeah.
I'll do it in the 1900s to 1950s. Fletcherism, which was the belief in chewing every bite of food 32 times before swallowing.
That's a nay from me.
Don't know about the exact number, but yeah, I'm gonna know.
I feel
don't
like
chew
it's
food.
too mushy. You don't. You inhale food.
Yeah, mate. Like a goddamn pelican. Like that's what it is.
Not 32 times, I don't
Maybe 2 times.
I don't even think sometimes. The tapeworm diet.
Oh my god, no.
The fad of
nay.
swallowing tapeworm cysts to consume calories for you.
Don't do that.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That is,
1900s
seems.
to 1950s, right? Like,
1900s to
Okay.
the 50s.
Guys,
yeah.
I do not want to be the person treating you for that, so please do not do
Yeah.
that.
I think a lot of these aren't positive, by the way.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's just
Yeah.
It's fads that have happened and they've hopefully for the most
Gone
part
away.
been left. Yeah. The cabbage soup diet, a 7-day restrictive plan that promised rapid, mostly water weight loss. So there's no point in that.
I feel like that's something that a weight cut athlete would probably do anyway
Yeah.
as a short
Doesn't
term
have
Like,
to be
there's a-
cabbage, it can
there's
be
a-
carrot,
It could be anything.
popcorn,
There's a
whatever.
sporting purpose for it.
Yes, absolutely.
Versus like it's not.
No, you cannot do this as a regular human.
Just calorie restrictive.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
So again, remember we're talking about 1900s to the 50s. Smoking to stay thin. Just
It's okay. You can be thin, but you'll get cancer instead. It's fine.
Don't do it.
What a hectic trade-off that is. The 60s to the 80s. This is all about liquid proteins and low-fat hysteria.
Yeah.
Yeah. So liquid protein diets, drinking low-quality protein concoctions as meal replacements.
Low quality protein.
Like meal replacement shakes kind of thing?
I think
like,
it is, which unfortunately
Right.
led
Yeah,
to
okay.
several fatal heart complications.
Yeah, because I imagine it'd be quite high in fat and very low in carb because that's when sugar was the enemy, so everything was sugar-free. Because you're going to notice there's probably going to be a bit of a turn in there where everything's going to then become fat-free.
Yes,
and
it is.
only sugar. Yeah.
Yes, the low-fat era was the 1980s.
There you go.
Well done.
Thank you.
Trivia. The dietary shift that resulted in sugar-loaded, low-fat processed snacks to combat cardiovascular disease, which is wild.
Yeah, isn't that insane?
Don't have fat, only have, like, high-processed sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. What could go wrong?
Yeah. That's why when you're walking, guys, when you're walking through the yoga aisle and something says low-fat,
It's very high in sugar.
do not get it unless it's like this epic pre-workout concoction or something. But
Yeah,
even
don't do
then,
it.
I wouldn't do yoga.
Yoga pre-training?
Yeah, for me.
It depends how far in advance.
Yeah, in advance,
Yeah.
not immediate.
Let's get
that's
back
for
on
sure.
topic.
Okay, yeah. Just yoga. Ugh. Aerobics craze, popularised by figures like Jane Fonda and Richard Simmons, making high energy group fitness a cultural cornerstone.
Hey, I'm going to say yay for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I was
People
expecting
are
a
moving.
great one in here.
Yeah.
That's fun, and they're
The
fun.
outfits,
Yeah, outfit's
that's
questionable.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
I wonder if
it's
someone
the
could
start
come
of
and
the
take
class.
us through a class too.
Really, the
If they
start of
still do
class
that.
fitness,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
brought us to CrossFit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay, a good one. Okay, now we have the 90s to 2000s, high protein and detoxes. So this is like probably bodybuilding. The Atkins diet, which was the 70s to 90s, the pioneer of modern low carb, high fat, high protein regimes.
So that was kind of like the first taste of keto, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, and making everyone just conscious of eating bread.
Yeah. That probably
Anything.
instilled the fear of
Carbs.
bread, rice, and pasta into everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enter the lettuce leaf.
Yeah.
Burger.
Versatile
Burger.
lettuce leaf.
Juice fasts and detoxes, so using liquid-only cleansers or lemon water, maple syrup mixtures to supposedly
Maple
purge
syrup
the body
mixtures.
of toxins.
Do you know what else does that?
Mm.
Your liver and kidney in
Oh.
your body. Don't bother.
I was like,
You
what?
mean
Tell
the human
us.
body knows what to do?
Any sort of thing that claims to be a detox, do not touch it. It's not going to do anything for you but waste your money, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
Or like if it's a juice, yum.
it might be, tasty juice. Go for it, absolutely. But if the juice is going to cure your insomnia, probably not.
This one is a blood type diet, a popular claim that your diet should be dictated by your ABO blood type.
We could do an entire podcast on this, honestly, because I have a lot
There
of
we go.
thoughts and opinions on this.
You mean you could do an entire podcast?
Yeah.
I could bring the questions on that one.
It could be a really interesting one because there's some information that says it could be a good thing to do.
Yeah.
There's some information that says it might not be a good idea. So it'd be cool to kind of dig into that, actually.
It's
Yeah,
also
for sure.
Where you grew up and your culture
Yeah.
plays a huge role
Yeah.
in what you
Massively.
can tolerate or not tolerate.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But didn't we listen to this is, oh my god, this is so funny how we talk these days. But we listened
Side
we listened to a podcast once that talked about where you are in the world can also dictate what is going to be, like the climate and stuff can impact. It's almost like thinking seasonally in a
Yeah,
way.
it's just seasonal eating.
Yeah.
How we
Interesting.
should do, but we don't anymore.
Yeah.
Well, we have no more seasons anymore.
Yeah. It's very confusing. Everything's available all the time. We're very lucky. 2010s to present, the macro tracking and wellness tech. So this is where I think we're all going to go, So keto and paleo diets, a resurgence of carb-restricted eating, focusing on whole foods or extreme fat to carb ratio.
Did you say that was paleo in there?
Keto and paleo.
Yeah. I feel like there was a phase where CrossFit really pushed paleo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Which is-
only paleo.
Yeah. Which is
Yeah.
interesting because you still need to have carbs for training purposes.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that CrossFit went in that direction for a
Yeah,
while.
it was just early on, I think.
Yeah.
Can't-
there were some big names that were in around the area, and they talked a lot about paleo, and then they all of a sudden they left the space and did other stuff.
Yeah.
But like, again, it's what works for the person.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying a diet doesn't work or high fat, low fat, whatever doesn't work. Like it just depends on you.
It needs to be tailored to the person. Like some people may have, some sort of intolerances towards like glucose and stuff like that, and you're not going to give that person 3 Gatorades during training. So I think like it's really important to tailor your own nutrition and rather than follow the fads, which is why they're fads at the end of the day, right?
Yeah. I always think like if a diet has a name, maybe it depends. If you're sticking with it and it's working, it's great and you're feeling good, whatever. But it's like if you're like, I did. How often I did keto like 3 years ago for 6 months and it felt awesome. And I'm like, well, why aren't you still doing it?
Exactly.
Yeah. Why is it so unsustainable and it's so amazing that you talking about it from years ago?
Yeah.
So I think taking inspiration from it, maybe eating it like that mostly, but then using the extra carbs or whatever when you need it, like on training days or whatever, is helpful. But any extremes is intense, isn't it? Okay, there's two more. Wearable tech. The shift from fad diets to bio-tracking using fitness trackers.
Double parked.
Yes, and look at me. I got my Casio watch that counts my steps.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, boom.
At least 20 years behind.
Yeah, I am. But this is an upgrade for me. I didn't want too much data. But you guys love it.
I'm a big yay on that. But to a certain extent, I think we can't rely on it. I think it's good to get a baseline and to get a good overview of some metrics. But I think there is a lot of people that heavily rely on it and see it and they go, oh, my sleep score's 50. I feel like shit today. But it means like you need to also be able to read your own body. So it's like, yes, it can be helpful, but you can't rely on it.
Almost write down how you feel first.
I've had on the Whoop for years now, and I've had days where I've been
you were an
green.
OG Whoop man.
Yeah, I was one of the first. Had a green recovery, which is 70% recovered or more, and the same in the 90s. I felt like crap, and down the gym, not being able to do anything, just like it's not having a day. I'm going to go to bed. And other days where it's in the red, where I'm like 14%, and I've PR'd something. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Well, like you said, it's if you take a step back, look at it from a month cycle, you'll see trends. But as a daily, hourly thing, there's a guide.
Yeah.
Guide.
There's a guide. And I think that's where it's important, like you said. I would almost like, even just write down or really think for a bit, how do I feel right now? This is how I feel. Then go and look at the data and be like, oh, that doesn't match up. But look at all this other interesting information.
Yeah, you can't let what you see on your watch dictate how you feel for that day.
Yeah,
because you're going to get into bad, dangerous territory.
And you can gamify it a bit, I think, too.
Yeah. And that's part of the idea. You make changes and hopefully see a difference, good or bad. And then you can go, cool, that worked. I'm going to stick with this.
Yeah. Well, one of our old members who was new to a Whoop, he would consume a lot of alcohol and he realised one beer, how much that impacted his sleep. So in circumstances like that, I think it's so cool.
Yeah.
Like you guys, I imagine, are relatively consistent in what you're doing. You're not got these massive spikes of crazy things happening. But it's cool for people like that.
It can take up to like 6 days to recover from like a few alcoholic drinks.
Yeah.
And that's...
I just experienced
It's not worth it. It's just not worth it.
Every weekend.
I'm someone who likes data and I like looking at numbers and going, cool, I'm here today. But if you're someone who is super obsessed with that and you go to the letter of how it reads...
Get yourself a Casio.
Probably best not to take much notice of it because you're going to get too into the worms of it.
Well, I think as much as I don't want the data for myself personally, I can get caught up. So that's why I'm glad I didn't get a bigger watch, because I took Ollie for a walk the other day for 90 minutes and when I got back, my step count said 0 and I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Did you have your hands on the pram?
No! I put it in my pocket now, thanks to you. I put it in my pocket. But I was literally like, maybe it wasn't tight enough. So now I used to wear my watches loose. Yeah. Now I wear it tight and roll it up and I'm like, count me. So I'm glad I'm not being pulled along. And the last one is modern biohacking, so the pursuit of physical and mental optimization, including trends like cold plunges, IV drip bars. I've looked into those.
Yeah,
Because
it's
I'm like,
fascinating.
how can I feel more hydration without drinking
Thought
more?
about net new business
and
doing that.
supplements.
It's pretty insane. I think like there's a massive market in it specifically for weight division sports, because you'll see like even at Australia's Strongest about a month ago, there was athletes walking around holding their own bags of fluids, getting an IV drip in because they were so dehydrated from their weight cuts.
Just amazing.
I'm not sure it would.
Maybe because you're going from two different extremes.
Yeah.
Like if we're just sitting here and we had a drip right now, would I just be like, I feel dewy?
Maybe, I don't know. You could probably also infuse it with different vitamins and different
Yeah, I think you
things,
can. It's
so,
I think isn't there a vitamin bar or something?
Yeah. There's a whole culture now of like, you have a big night out, you go to the drip bar or whatever they call it, and you get a infusion of nutrients that are going to help you feel better.
It's like a hangover cure.
Yeah.
That's pretty insane.
There's someone behind it, I think.
Yeah.
But if you
In the right
pump a lot of
context.
vitamins in the right way, you're going to feel good.
Yeah. I think it's more about how long it lasts and all that kind of stuff too, like from what the
And
very
how much
little I read.
excess cash you have to do
I
those
was
sort
gonna
of
say
things.
it would be quite expensive to do, especially if you're doing it like any vitamin. You'd have to replenish it, so it's not like a one and done. You'd probably have to get that done multiple times over the course of a month.
This is so annoying. There really isn't just some sort of magic pill out there, isn't there?
Not that us poor people have access to. Might be a different story if you're looking at all the rich guys who are doing the biohacking stuff. But I think there's a lot of stuff out there that we don't know about yet.
Yeah.
And we probably will never know about. But I think
Okay.
there is some things that we couldn't even imagine being currently like it's in the works right
I
now.
hope they're doing a documentary on it because I want to know about it.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Yeah.
I think it's ended up being one of the longer.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yappity yap.
I was just saying, it's Yap. It's my first time here,
Yes.
and we delivered.
Yes.
We delivered.
And that was fun. I don't know what the members will say, but I had a great time.
I had a great time
Chatting
too.
to you guys. Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed it. I'm still keen, I'm sure there's more weird ones out there.
I know,
we
I
went
wanna
through a few
know.
weird ones, but we also got quite mainstream as
Yeah.
well.
Well,
So
hopefully we inspired someone to be like, oh, I remember doing
Yeah.
this thing. So if there is still other stuff that you guys want to discuss, let us
Yeah.
know.
I know, like anything we've spoken about, some people might be like, I've thought about mouth taping, but I haven't yet. Or like, I coffee nap.
Yeah.
And I put my face in cold water afterwards. Yeah.
So comment below, what weird things do you do to help your health, fitness, longevity, whatever it may be.
Did you or do you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Both.
Cool.
Amazing.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Do we clap out?
1, 2, 3.